welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 403. If you're writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe trying to finish a book that you've started, or maybe trying to let more people know about your book, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Monday. I am your host, Christine Whitmarsh, also known as Christine Ink, I-N-K, like that stuff we write with. Each day I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 18 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they have the ability to turn someone who barely sees themselves as a writer into a published book author. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. Motivation is what gets you started. Commitment is what keeps you going. Jim Rohn. Well, once again, good morning and happy Monday. And my three pillars is what we focus on every Monday here on the show: writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. You hear those at the top of every show, especially those of you who listen quite a bit or have been listening for a while. Thank you to you all. And you must really know them by now. So every Monday, what I do is I offer a hopefully useful piece of advice in each of those three areas: writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. So here's today's writing fundamentals tip. Show, don't tell. And yes, as an author, I'm sure we've all heard this before. Just this is a drum that's beat on quite a bit. It's a cardinal rule of writing: show, don't tell. So my tip today is this: be extra diligent in applying this rule. As in, even if you think that you show, don't tell in your writing, do another pass on your work and specifically look at it through the show, don't tell lens. Because this is such an important best practice in writing, since showing more than telling can completely elevate the quality of your work. So this is definitely worth the extra attention. So do a show, don't tell pass on your work. Be extra rigorous and see what you come up with. Moving on to today's productivity tip. On the opposite side of the rigor spectrum, my tip here is just one word: naps. Weird to say on a Monday morning, as it's about 7:30 in the morning as I'm recording this, and I'm talking about taking a nap. But hey, it's a great thing. So that's right. These things called naps, these things that used to be looked down on by the hyper-ambitious corporate workforce of the shoulder-padded 1980s workforce in particular, and then the tech startups of the 1990s. Everybody thought napping was like a sign of weakness, which is so ridiculous. Because these days, thankfully, the stigma is disappearing as people are realizing all the health benefits of sleep, especially with books like one of my favorite books in recent years, Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker, PhD, really, pulling the veil back on why sleep is so important. So for writing and creativity in particular, I find that a good 15 to 30-minute power nap can work mental and creative miracles. It's like a complete reset for your brain. And even if you don't actually fall asleep, this brief resting just resting my eyes and my brain, and just, again, a mental reset is the best way that I can think of to describe it. It does miracle things and actually can give you a second writing wind. And finally, here's today's mindset tip. And we're going to go back to being rigorous again. In this case, about how serious you really are about your book writing project. And this is not, this is not me being mean or anything like that. This is just kind of like think of it as a self-assessment. So similar to my writing fundamentals tip earlier, you may be saying, okay, I know, I get it. I am so serious about being a writer. Stop getting on me. Stop hounding me. So my question for you is, again, we're just looking from the standpoint of very healthy self-assessment. Where can we improve? So my question is, you are serious. I totally believe you. Do your actions and habits reflect this? Because I have a client who says, and I'm paraphrasing this, he says, look around at your life and the results you're getting. Those are the things you're committed to, the things that surround you. So the same thing with your book. If you're committed to getting your book done, I will, if I was like a fly on your wall, I would see things like scheduled writing time on your calendar. And during your dedicated writing time, again, if I were kind of like a book coaching fly on the wall, it's an interesting visual, right? I would see you turn off or silence your phone and shut down everything on your computer or device that isn't directly connected to writing. And yes, by the way, that means Google and search and things like that. Unless you actually are having, a research writing cave, if like that's what your writing session is dedicated to, research, then you really, let's be honest, you have no excuse to have Google or, search browser open on your computer. You might say, but I need to research. Is today for research or is today for writing? Again, this is all about being honest with yourself. So unless you've set aside a specific block of time for research, turn off the Google and write your book. The point of all this is, if you are committed to your book writing project, if I was spying on you, I would see it in your everyday habits and actions. Your commitment would be visible to everyone watching you. And that wraps up our 3 pillars for this week. And I hope you're all enjoying our new Monday format. I would love to hear your feedback on this in my Inc. Authors group on Facebook. And thank you, as always, for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. Until tomorrow, happy writing.